Hello everyone, in this video, I've collected absolutely all the latest secrets, facts, bugs, and even hidden details that many players don't notice at all in Update 33.5. I warn you right away, the video turned out to be as intense as possible, so watch it until the very end, because what I found in the finale literally turned my whole understanding of this update upside down. Seriously, I definitely didn't expect to see this in the game. And let's start with the first fact, which, in theory, should be a bug, but it looks so funny that it seems as if the developer specifically left this feature. If you put an NPC into the nanosembler with the Tesla coil turned on, and then activate the nanosembler itself, it's just crazy. The NPC starts behaving as if its physics has completely broken down. He starts flying around the map, spinning, bouncing off the walls, as if an atomic battery had exploded inside him. Sometimes he can fly straight up, as if he were sucked into some invisible vacuum, and he flies all the way to the clouds or even higher. I recommend trying it out for yourself. It's one of the funniest bugs I've seen lately. The second fact is even more interesting. It is related to the vat of acid item on the new highway map. This item behaves strangely, to put it mildly. If you try to push any other object on this map under the textures, it simply disappears. Everything is logical. It is under the map, so it is not visible. But once you do the same with vat of acid, the game literally breaks. This object remains visible under the map, overlaps texture layers, and looks like it doesn't obey the laws of physics in this map at all. It really feels like this object knows something about the highway that we don't know yet. Perhaps this is not a bug, but an Easter egg, or even an encrypted hint of a new hidden card mechanism. Be sure to write your theories in the comments. It seems to me that this subject may be the key to the future secret of the highway map. The third fact is related to the new item of clothing, the parasite cap. As we know, if you put this hat on an NPC, it's as if he gets infected with some kind of parasite. He starts walking erratically, moving as if he had his own will, and generally turns into a separate living organism. But there are 3 NPCs on which the parasite cap does not work at all. And this is a very important detail, because it shows how well the developer has thought through the interactions. The first NPC is Canned Tomato. If you try to put a hat on him, his glass head just cracks and breaks. It makes sense, because the parasite simply has nothing to suck on. The second NPC is a robot. Again, it is logical. The robot is not alive. There is no brain or nervous system inside, so no parasitic entity can control it. And the third NPC is a secret gray robot that can be obtained by mixing any fruit with an operate chip in a nano-assembler. This is a secret character, but even he is completely immune to the parasite cap. This is an incredible level of detail. The developer has thought through even such small things that most players will never notice. In the following fact, I want to show you something that really surprised me personally. We'll talk about what the new cars might look like, which, in my opinion, are almost guaranteed to appear in Update 34.0. And yes, you've already understood correctly, we're talking about cars from the highway map. On this map, they stand as a kind of background, but they are made in too much detail to be an ordinary decoration. These are Taxi, Mustard, and Buggy, 3 completely different cars in style, each with its own physics, shape, and even small elements that are visible only if you look at the model up close. I specially transferred them to the game as a separate mod in order to examine each of them from all sides, test how they look under normal conditions, and understand how well the developers have worked on these models. And as I expected, they are made at the level of a full-fledged transport. It has everything: clear proportions, individual layers, detailed textures, and most importantly, the feeling that these machines are ready for use. Seriously, it's like they were just temporarily hidden on the highway map until they add a normal way to get them. Personally, I like Mustard the most. It looks as stylish as possible, like it's a bit futuristic. Be sure to write in the comments which car you like the most, because I'm sure everyone will have different opinions. Now let's move on to the next interesting fact, and it's also related to the highway map. You don't even need to do anything complicated for this secret. All you need is just to select the eraser tool and pinch any mountains on the map with it, and then the magic begins. All the mountains, along with the cars, begin to be highlighted with a white outline. Thanks to this, we can observe what is happening outside the visible part of the map. Cars start moving behind the mountains even before they appear in the frame, and we see them in advance as if we are peeking at the mechanism of the map. It looks very strange, even a little creepy, because the cars are driving somewhere behind the textures, as if the map has its own hidden life. Who knows, perhaps this outline is not just a visual bug, but part of some yet-to-be-solved mystery related to the behavior of traffic on the highway. And finally, the next experiment that I decided to conduct is an attempt to use the camera to see what is behind the mountains. I take the camera object, activated, place it as close to the mountains as possible, and try to push it inside the rock. The idea was to see how cars behave behind the scenes as they drive along a hidden route before entering the map. To be honest, I was sure that no one had ever done this before, so the chance of seeing something secret was pretty big. But, unfortunately, the experiment failed. The camera cannot see what is behind the mountains. It seems to rest on an invisible layer and simply refuses to show what is hidden under the textures. It's a shame, of course, but this is also an important detail. It means that the developer has a clear system of restrictions that does not allow players to easily look behind the scenes of the map, but it's too early to get upset. There are still a lot of secrets ahead, and I'm sure that we will reveal more than one secret that the highway map hides. And now we come to the finale of this video. As you can see for yourself, the 33.5 update turned out to be much deeper than it seems at first glance. The bugs turn out to be not just bugs, but hints of hidden mechanics. Items that behave strangely may not be an accident at all, but part of a future update, and the car models hidden on the highway map look so elaborate that it's hard to believe they were added just like that. And the more I study this update, the more convinced I become that the developer is preparing something. There are too many oddities, coincidences, and small details. Perhaps a full-fledged transport system is waiting for us in Update 34.0. Perhaps there will be a new secret related to mountain textures, or the highway will turn into a separate mechanical ecosystem where cars will act as living objects. Anyway, this is just the beginning. The deeper we dig, the more secrets we find. So if you want me to keep looking for new bugs, Easter eggs, and hidden details, be sure to like and write your theories. I assure you, there is still a lot of tin ahead, and we will definitely get to the truth.